Ladies and gentlemen, life is a dance between chaos and order. Just when you think nothing is moving, everything is shifting beneath the surface. Most people resist change because they fear the unknown, but life does not wait for your permission. It simply flows. The wise know how to ride this flow. The question is, do you? There are certain signs, subtle yet powerful, that indicate life is about to open up in ways you never imagined. If you pay attention, you will see them. You embrace them, you will transform. Let's look at 7 such signs. If these are happening, it's about to change for the better. 1. You feel uncomfortable with the old. Change begins with discomfort. If you have worn a pair of shoes that no longer fit, you know the feeling. Life, too, presents the same discomfort when you start outgrowing your current circumstances. The friends you once enjoyed spending hours with no longer stimulate your mind. The work you once found meaningful now feels repetitive and uninspiring. Even the habits that once gave you comfort, mindlessly scrolling through your phone, indulging in distractions, start to seem empty. This unease is not a problem. It is a sign that something deeper within you is shifting. Many people misinterpret this discomfort as a signal to cling harder to what is familiar. They try to force themselves back into old patterns, hoping that if they just adjust a little, things feel normal again. But let's be clear. Once you start awakening to something beyond what you have known, there is no going back. Life is not meant to be lived in loops. When the old begins to suffocate you, it means life is nudging you forward. This is where most people struggle. They fear letting go because they do not yet know what comes next. But tell me, when a tree sheds its leaves, does it know exactly how the new ones will appear? No, it simply trusts the process. The same applies to you. If what once felt comfortable is now causing restlessness, it means you are preparing for the next stage of your evolution. If you pay close attention, you will realize that this discomfort is not random. It does not arise in every aspect of your life. It shows up in specific areas: your job, your relationships, your daily routine. These are the places that need change. The challenge is that the mind craves security, and stepping into the unknown feels risky. But tell me, has anything truly great ever come from staying in the comfort zone? There is a certain intelligence to this discomfort. It is life's way of making sure you do not settle for less than what you are capable of. The ones who embrace this unease and move forward despite it are the ones who truly transform. Those who fight it remain stuck, repeating the same cycles year after year after year. Look around and you will see this happening everywhere. People living lives that no longer excite them, yet too afraid to take the next step. But you, if you are feeling this discomfort, if you are noticing that what once worked no longer does, take it as a blessing. You are being given an opportunity to grow. The only question is, will you listen? Will you step forward? Or will you shrink back into the familiar? This phase is not easy. It requires courage. It requires trust. But understand this: discomfort is not your enemy. It is the first whisper of transformation. And if you allow it, it will take you to places beyond your imagination. too. Unexpected challenges are coming your way. Most people think that when difficulties arise, something has gone wrong. They believe life is punishing them, that they are being tested unfairly. But tell me, has anything truly valuable ever come to a person who has never been tested? Look at the greatest individuals throughout history, those who are out history, those who have left a lasting impact. They faced struggles, failures, rejections, and pain. Yet, instead of breaking them, these difficulties shaped them. If challenges are coming your way, do not see them as roadblocks. See them as stepping stones. The mind seeks comfort, but life is not interested in your comfort. Life is interested in your transformation. When you face difficulties, they are not random. They are custom designed for your growth. If you observe carefully, you will notice that your challenges always attack your weakest point. Why? Because that is where you need to become strong. If you lack patience, life will put you in situations that test your patience. If you lack confidence, life will place you in circumstances where you are forced to believe in yourself. Whatever you resist, life will push it towards you until you master it. Imagine a sword being forged. It does not become strong and sharp by lying in comfort. No, it must go through intense heat and be hammered into shape. Only through this process does it become something powerful. Every challenge is a strike of the hammer, refining you, making you sharper, stronger, and more capable. But most people do not understand this, so they resist, they complain, they try to escape, they ask, "Oh, why me?" But the real question is, why not you? But the real question is, why not? If you are facing challenges right now, it is a sign that life is preparing you for something greater. It means you are being trained, a level of life you have not yet experienced. But training is never easy. If you go to the gym, do you lift light weights forever? No. If you want to grow, the weights must get heavier. In the same way, life increases the weight of your challenges because it knows you are capable of lifting more. The moments that made you wiser, stronger, more resilient, were they the easy moments? No. They were the moments that pushed you to your limits. Yet, because of them, you are who you are today. So why fear the challenges that are coming? They are not here to destroy you. They are here to reveal your strength. The biggest mistake people make is trying to avoid difficulty. They seek the easiest route, the path of least resistance. But tell me, does a river that flows effortlessly create a deep valley? No. It is only when the water meets obstacles, when it crashes against rocks, that it carves something magnificent. Your challenges are shaping you in the same way. If you run away from them, you remain shallow. If you face them, you carve depth into your being. So if life is throwing unexpected difficulties your way, do not curse them. Do not ask for them to go away. Instead, ask yourself, what is this challenge trying to teach me? What strength is it trying to awaken within me? Because once you see this, once you truly understand it, you will never fear challenges again. Instead, you will welcome them. knowing that on the other side of every difficulty, a stronger version of you is waiting to emerge. Sasha. You feel drawn to something new. There comes a time when something within you begins to shift. It is subtle, at first, like a quiet whisper in the background of your life. You start noticing a particular subject, a new interest, or an idea that keeps returning to you. Maybe it is a book that keeps appearing in conversations, a place you feel an urge, or a skill you suddenly want to learn. This pull is not accidental. It is life nudging you towards your next phase. But most people ignore. They dismiss it as random curiosity and continue with their routine, never realizing that this subtle pull is the beginning of something bigger. The mind loves familiarity. Anything new is seen as a... That is why, when you feel drawn to something unfamiliar, your logical mind may try to dismiss it. It may say, this is not practical, this is not necessary, or this is just a distraction. But tell me, has anything truly transformative ever come from doing what is practical? Has anyone ever evolved by staying in the same patterns, repeating the same actions? No. Growth happens when you follow what excites you, even if it does not make perfect sense in the moment. Look at nature. Nothing stays the same. A seed does not resist becoming a tree. A river does not resist changing its course. Life is always moving forward. But human beings, because of fear, resist this natural movement. They feel a pull towards something new. But instead of exploring it, they doubt it. They wait for certainty, for a guarantee that this path will lead somewhere meaningful. But life does not work that way. The door only opens when you take the first step. If you are feeling drawn to something new, even if you do not fully understand why, trust that feeling. There is a reason behind it. Everything in life has a deeper intelligence, and when something keeps calling you, it is because it has something to offer. Maybe it is a new career path, a creative passion, or even a shift in the way you see the world. Whatever it is an invitation from life. The question is, will you accept it? Many people spend years resisting this pull, only to look back and wonder what could have been. They stay in jobs they no longer enjoy, relationships that no longer grow them, and routines that no longer inspire them, all because stepping into something new feels uncertain. But uncertainty is not your enemy. Everything you desire but have not yet experienced lies beyond what is familiar. If you are feeling drawn to something new, it means life is opening a door. Do not stand outside. Think about the moments in your past when you followed an instinctive pull towards something new. Maybe it was a book you picked up that changed your perspective, a conversation that led to an opportunity, or a trip that... In the moment, these choices may have seemed small, but in hindsight, they shaped who you are. Now, once again, life is whispering to you. Something is calling you forward. The only question is, will you listen? The greatest mistake you can make is waiting for perfect clarity before you act. Clarity does not come before the journey. It comes through the journey. If you are feeling drawn to something new, Do not overthink it. Take the first step, explore it, see where it leads. Does not give you signs for no reason. If you are being called towards something, it is because something within you is ready to awaken. The only thing left to do is follow that call. Dot hash hasha. 4. People around you are changing. Have you noticed that certain people in your life seem to be drifting away? The friends you once connected with no longer feel as aligned. Conversations that used to be exciting now seem repetitive or even draining. At the same time, new people are entering your life. People who challenge you, inspire you. When you are going through a transformation, your relationships shift as well. Most people resist this change. They try to hold on to old friendships and relationships, even when they feel forced. They feel guilty for outgrowing people as if it is a betrayal. But tell me, when a river flows, does it apologize for changing its course? No, it simply moves where it needs to go. The same is true for you. As your energy shifts, the people who no longer resonate with you will naturally fade away, making space for those who do. This does not mean you must cut people out of your life harshly or with judgment. It simply means that when relationships begin to feel heavy, forced, or unfulfilling, it is okay to let them evolve or even fade. Some people are meant to walk with you for a short distance, while others are meant to journey with you for longer. Both are valuable and both have their time. But if you try to hold on to relationships that no longer fit, you will slow your own. Look at your closest relationships right now. And do they energize you or drain you? Do they challenge you to grow? Or do they keep you stuck in old patterns? Many people stay in friendships that no longer serve them simply because of history. But tell me, if you keep reading the same chapter of a book over and over, how will you ever know how the story unfolds? Life is always moving forward, and your relationships should move with it. Sometimes, when people leave your life, it is not a loss. It is not a loss. It is a clearing. Life is making space for those who align with where you are going. But many struggle with this because they confuse comfort with connection. Just because you have known someone for years does not mean they are meant to be part of your next chapter. Growth often requires shedding old layers, and relationships are no exception. You may also notice that new people are entering your life. People who think differently, who introduce you to new perspectives, who encourage you to expand. At first, this may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. But discomfort is a sign of growth. The relationships that truly elevate you are not the ones that always agree with you. They are the ones that challenge you to become more. Pay attention to the people who inspire you, who make you want to improve, who push you beyond your limits. These are the relationships worth nurturing. If you find yourself losing old friendships or relationships, do not see it as something going wrong. See it as a natural part of evolution. Just as a tree does not cling to its old leaves, if serve their purpose. Trust that as you grow, Life will bring the right people into your journey. And when you meet them, you will understand why certain relationships had to end, because something even greater was waiting for you. You no longer tolerate what drains you. There comes a moment in life when the things you once accepted without question begin to feel unbearable. The job that never truly fulfilled you now feels suffocating. The unhealthy habits you once indulged in no longer provide the same comfort. The relationships that drain your energy become more apparent, and you find yourself withdrawing from people who only take but never give. If this is happening to you, understand that it is not frustration, it is awakening. You are beginning to see what no longer serves you, and that is a powerful sign of change. Most people live their entire lives tolerating things that make them unhappy. They stay in jobs they dislike because they fear instability. They maintain toxic relationships because they are afraid of loneliness. They engage in habits that dull their mind and body, convincing themselves that change is too difficult. But tell me, if you continue carrying unnecessary burdens, how will you ever move freely? If your energy is constantly drained, how will you ever reach your full potential? The truth is, what you tolerate defines the quality of your life. If you allow negativity to surround you, it will shape your reality. If you accept mediocrity, it will become your standard. But when you begin to reject what drains you, when you start saying no to things that no longer align with your well-being, that is when transformation begins. It is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about valuing your own life enough to choose what nourishes you instead of what depletes you. Yeah. At first, this process can be uncomfortable. You may feel guilty for setting boundaries. You may worry about what others will think when you distance yourself from situations that once felt. But tell me, should you allow a leaky boat to continue sinking just because you have been in it for a long time? Or should you step out and find a better way forward? Choosing yourself, it is necessary. Only when your cup is full can you truly give to others from a place of abundance rather than exhaustion. You might also notice resistance from the people around you. Those who benefited from your lack of boundaries may try to make you feel guilty. They may accuse you of changing, of becoming distant, of not being who you used to be. And you know what? They are right. You are changing. You are no longer willing to be drained just to make others comfortable. And that is something to celebrate, not apologize for. This shift in awareness will affect every area of your life. You will start making healthier choices not out of force, but out of a natural desire to feel better. You will start surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, not because you dislike others, but because you now understand the importance of energy. You will start prioritizing your peace, your growth, and your well-being. And as you do, your entire reality will shift to reflect this new level of awareness. So if you find yourself unable to tolerate what once seemed acceptable, do not fight it. It means you are waking up. It means you are no longer willing to settle for anything less than what truly nourishes your soul. And when you begin making choices that honor your highest self, Life will open doors that were never available to you before. Hush, hush, hush. So, you feel a deep urge to declutter your life. There comes a moment when you start looking around and realizing that you are carrying too much, physically, mentally, and emotionally. The clutter in your home suddenly feels overwhelming. May endless notifications on your phone feel intrusive. The thoughts that once kept you entertained now seem exhausting. If you feel an urge to simplify, to clear out the unnecessary, understand that this is not just about organizing your space. It is a sign that you are making space for something new. Most people do not realize how much their external world reflects their internal state. A cluttered home often mirrors a cluttered mind. A chaotic schedule reflects an unsettled spirit. If you are feeling the urge to clean, to let go, to simplify, it is because something within you is preparing for change. It is not just about throwing things away, it is about making space for what truly matters. And this process is not limited to physical things. It extends to thoughts, habits, and even relationships that no longer serve you. Think of a tree. Every season, it sheds its old leaves, not because something is wrong, but because it is necessary for new growth. But human beings, out of attachment, hold on to things long past their time. Old clothes we never wear, old conversations we play in our minds, old habits that no longer serve a purpose. We wonder why we feel so weighed down. Tell me, if your hands are full of things you do not need, how will you ever grasp the opportunities that life is trying to give you? When this urge to declutter comes, most people resist. They justify holding on by saying, I might need this one day, or this reminds me of a time I do not want to forget. But attachment to the past is the greatest barrier to transformation. If you are truly ready for change, you must trust that letting go will not leave you empty. Instead, it will create space for something better, something more aligned with who you are becoming. This need for clearing is not just about your environment, it is also about your inner world. Look at the thoughts you entertain. Are they lifting you up or weighing you down? Look at your daily routines. Are they nourishing you, or most people fill their minds and lives with so much noise that they never truly listen to themselves. But when you begin to clear out the unnecessary, a beautiful thing happens. Clarity arises, and with clarity comes the ability to move forward with purpose. This process of letting go is not always easy. It can feel uncomfortable to release things you once valued, whether it is an old belief, a familiar routine, or even that no longer resonates with you. But tell me, if a bird wants to fly higher, should it keep adding weight to its wings? Or should it release what is unnecessary so it can soar freely? The same is true for you. The lighter you become, the easier it is to rise. So, if you are feeling an intense need to simplify your life, to remove distractions, to create space, honor that instinct. It means you are preparing for something new. It means life is guiding you toward a higher state of being. The question is, will you hold on to what is weighing you down? Or will you trust the process of letting go and step into the freedom that awaits you? Shashan. You feel an unshakable inner restlessness. There comes a time when everything around you seems the same, yet something inside you feels different. A deep restlessness stirs within, and you cannot quite explain it. The life you have built, the job, the routines, the relationships may still be intact, but something within you knows that change is coming. It is as if your current reality no longer fits, like a pair of shoes you have outgrown. This restlessness is not random. It is a sign that you are on the verge of transformation. Most people misunderstanding. They assume restlessness means wrong. They try to suppress it by distracting themselves from media or work. But tell me, if a seed buried in the soil starts feeling pressure, should it fight against it? Or should it recognize that it is simply the beginning of growth? Restlessness is the discomfort of expansion. It is a life whispering that you are ready for something beyond what you have known. Here's the challenge. Most people resist this calling. They cling to their current life because it feels safe. Even if they are unhappy, at least it is familiar. They tell themselves, maybe I should wait until the time is right, or maybe this feeling will go away. But deep down, they know the truth. The longer they ignore this inner pull, the stronger it becomes. Restlessness does not arise without reason. It is an indication that your soul is ready to move forward, even if your mind is still hesitating. Caterpillar does not resist becoming a butterfly. It does not question why it no longer enjoys crawling. When the time comes, it surrenders to the process, even though it has no idea what it will be like to fly. But human beings, because of their fear of the unknown, hold themselves back. They try to force themselves to be content with the life they have outgrown. But tell me, can a bird be satisfied with staying in the nest forever? No matter how comfortable the nest is, at some point, the sky calls. This restlessness is not a problem. It is an invitation. It is an opportunity to explore what is next for you. Maybe it means a career shift, a change in environment, or a deeper transformation in how you see life. Whatever it is, it will not be clear at first, and that is okay. The path ahead is never fully visible. It reveals itself as you take the first steps. But you must be willing to listen to that inner stirring instead of numbing it with distractions. There is a reason why some people live the same year over and over, others continuously evolve. The difference is not intelligence or talent or luck. It is simply this. Some listen to their inner restlessness and take action, while others ignore it and remain stuck. Those who embrace change may feel uncertain at first, but eventually they realize that the unease they felt was not a sign missing. It was a sign of something waiting to be found. So if you feel this unshakable restlessness, do not suppress it. Do not brush it aside as an inconvenience. Pay attention to it. Sit with it. Ask yourself, what part of me is ready to grow? Because once you stop resisting, once you allow yourself to step into the unknown, you will realize that this feeling was never here to make you uncomfortable. It was here to set you free. A new chapter awaits. Life is constantly moving, constantly evolving. And whether you realize it or not, you are a part of that movement. The signs are not coincidences, they are invitations. Invitations to step beyond what is familiar, to embrace the unknown, to trust that something greater is unfolding. But understand this: change does not happen by chance, it happens by choice. You can either resist these signs, clinging to what is safe, or you can allow yourself to flow. And when you do, you will see that every discomfort, every shift, every moment of uncertainty was never here to break you. It was here to prepare you for something far greater than you could have imagined. So, if you have been feeling these signs, do not ignore them. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time does not exist. The only time you ever have is now. Step forward, not because you have all the answers, but because you are willing to trust that life will reveal them along. The question is, are you ready to turn the page?